Guys, so today I am going to just do whispers, but I'm gonna take this free personality test. It says here it's a nearest type explorer. Anyway, have you guys dabbled with little quizzes and are somewhat, interested in psychology? You might have run into this type of test before. I can't remember exactly when I first took it, but it's called the Myers-Briggs personality test, or at least that's what it's based off of. Now, a long time ago, I was a psych major, but that must have been 7 years ago. Anyway, now this test is kind of for fun. Kind of. Like, its accuracy is alright. Some people will say it's completely useless, or others will feel that it's right on the money. But it's fun to know little tidbits of things. Anyway, let's get started. So I'm gonna take this one from 16 Personalities. I think that's the website title. And I'm just gonna read out the questions and then I'll say what I think. You can follow along as well. The website is 16 Personalities. You can put whatever you want in the comments when we're done. And that'd be pretty cool. We could all see what we got. Anyway, I think I already know what I'm gonna get, but it changes every now and then. When I was a teenager, I was an INTJ, I think. Anyway, let's get started. The first question is, or statement. Well, I guess I should start off by saying these questions are, I guess, in slider form. So your answer is going to be either I agree a lot or I disagree a lot with the statement being said. So it's not really questions, but more like statements. So, yeah. So the first statement is, you regularly make new friends. For me, I gotta say, I somewhat strongly disagree. I make a lot of acquaintances, but I keep my friends, my good friends, I have a few. And then my close friends, I only have like 6. So, yeah, I'm friendly, but I wouldn't say that I make a lot of new friends. The next statement reads, complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. Yeah, I want to say I strongly agree. Sometimes straightforward could be good, but almost all the time I feel something complex will be more interesting. Next statement. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than factual arguments. Oof. Okay, so let me repeat that one. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than by factual arguments. I want to say I slightly slightly disagree. Facts are super important, but emotions have their place too. Because I don't feel like we're human, we're not robots. Okay, next question. Your living and working spaces are clean and organized. Man, I am very OCD. Well, maybe not, for real, but yeah, strongly agree. I am very organized. Next question or statement. You usually stay calm, even under a lot of pressure. Strongly agree. I'm a pretty calm person. Next statement. You find the idea of networking or promoting yourself to strangers very daunting. That one depends. But I'm gonna say kinda strongly agree. Like I don't promote or network almost at all if I don't feel like I know the subject very well. So strongly agree. It's daunting. It is. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put all the way. Strongly agree. Okay. You prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline. Again, strongly agree. That was my whole life in college. When I was in team projects in college, a lot of the times I would try to understand everything, and in case I got it wrong, like if I didn't understand something, then I would ask my teammates and whatnot. But I always felt like pretty much if I did not get it, then our team was screwed, so usually, yeah, I like to be very prepared. So strongly agree. So people's stories and emotions speak louder to you than numbers or data. Ooh, I gotta say strongly disagree. Because I think your emotions should be based on what is going on, like what is factual. So yeah, I wouldn't say emotions are stronger than data. Now, you can react strongly to data, but the data comes first. So that for me is strongly disagree. So you like to use organizing tools such as schedules and lists. Okay, so this one's kind of funny. I have mental schedules. I don't write anything down. Like my head's already programmed that I'm going to be doing things for so many days ahead. Like, it's not, So strongly agree. I do use those tools, but they're just not physical. Okay, so even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. I'd say strongly disagree. If it's small, then no. But if it's really big, then yeah, I could sometimes have imposter syndrome. But I think that could also be because I'm somewhat young still. But I'm not that young, so strongly disagree. Okay. So you feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. I'm gonna put slightly disagree. It depends on the setting a lot. Yeah, just it depends on the setting more than the act and the person. So it just really depends on where I'm at and what happened prior to that. So slightly disagree. You are not too interested in discussions about various interpretations of creative works. Oh, okay, strongly disagree. I love talking about work, well, creative work, right? So any type of art. I like music a lot. I know like freaking 6,000 songs or something like that. I know a lot of movies. I like to talk about movies. So yeah, no, that one is completely disagree. I could go hours just with my friends, drinking or no drink. We could talk about music forever. So that's a disagree. No, let me just make sure I read that right. Okay. You prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining a course of action. It's slightly agree. Because I've been in, management roles and leadership roles, and as much as I think facts are super important, if you know someone's going to react a certain way, you need to take that into consideration. Like, you need to be able to manage the situation over just your, how could I say, it's best to know everyone's feelings also when, deciding something big. So, slightly agree. Okay. You often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. Strongly disagree. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Somewhat strong disagree. Even though it's not necessarily fair, but most people are gonna judge you a lot by your first impression. So you gotta keep good. You enjoy participating in team-based activities. I know in my youth I would put, heck no. But as I got older, I enjoy people more. Like, the more you come to understand people, it's not so bad. If they're nice and everyone has an understanding, it's not so bad. No, I don't always fit in, but regardless, it could be nice. So, slight disagree. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. I'm gonna put, Jesus, that, the way they phrased it, like something completely new, that I wouldn't do at all. Like, if I'm doing something, I want to know about it. I want to know what kind of outcome I'm gonna have, or something like that. Like, new, something completely new. It would be kind of rare. Because I'm not, okay, this is funny. Sometimes I gamble, but 99% of the time I have a high aversion to risk. I don't want to do anything that could land me in a bad situation or something not favorable. So I play it safe most of the time. And I put strongly disagree. You prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest. Jeez. I think that's a disingenuous way of asking that question. Okay, ideally, you don't want to lie. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let me read that again. So, you prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest. Okay, so I would need a definition of completely honest. I don't think lies are almost ever good. Now, in extreme situations, say someone has a gun to someone else's head and you gotta lie to get them out of that scenario, then yeah, you gotta lie. But those are extreme examples, so I'm gonna put I don't know if I'm picking the wrong. I'm gonna put strongly agree, because you're gonna need to sometimes play with emotion. Even if you're holding back the truth, it's gonna keep everything, how could I say, safe maybe, or controlled, or something like that. Yeah. In other words, in very rare scenarios, you will in fact have to lie. Rare, but you're gonna have to do it sometimes. Anyway, you actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put strongly agree. Knowledge, yeah, like I like to learn things. I guess that's the best way to put it. I like to learn things I don't know, so strongly agree. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Murphy's Law. How does it go? Murphy's Law. If something bad will happen, no. If something bad can happen, it will happen. That's not a real law, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put strongly agree. I'm a very cautious person. I wouldn't say the worst, though. I would just say sometimes things could go bad. Okay, I'll just put strongly agree. You enjoy solidarity hobbies or activities more than group ones. Strongly agree. You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. Strongly disagree. I could totally do that. Next question is, you favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. Somewhat agree. Because again, sometimes you need if you doubt, if you disregard emotions, it could get ugly. Facts always come first, but you don't want to sacrifice emotions at the cost of it, because the human condition isn't built like that. Like, things could go bad. Okay. Next is you prefer to do your chores. I don't know why I said that like that. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Strongly agree. In disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over preserving the feelings of others. Slightly agree. Honestly, maybe not. My point. Yeah, no, let's move on. You usually wait for others to introduce themselves first at a social gathering. It depends. Like, if I'm like well known to most people, then I'm gonna go and introduce myself to the people I don't know. But if I don't know anyone, I am probably not gonna say anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and put strongly agree. Your mood can change very quickly. Not really. Strongly disagree. You are not easily swayed by emotional arguments. Strongly agree. There has to be some kind of fact before the emotion. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Strongly disagree. You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas. Yes and no. Okay. I strongly do if it's handled in a professional manner. So, strongly agree. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. Somewhat disagree. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. Slightly agree. When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. Well, guys, that's a hard one. When facts and feelings conflict, oof. If that happens, that's gonna be a tough one. You usually find yourself following your heart. Well, like the great Roxette once said, listen to your heart. So, it's a good song, by the way, by Roxette. Slightly agree. It depends, but I feel like they're asking in a romantic sense, so slightly agree, maybe in that scenario. Sometimes you gotta risk it for people. You can't just shut people out. It's like sometimes you just gotta risk it, especially in romance. Unless they have a bunch of red flags, then, you can't, but it's complicated. Anyway, next one. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work or study schedule. Strongly disagree. You rarely second guess the choices you have made. Strongly agree. Your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing. Lively, maybe. Outgoing, no. Disagree. Slightly disagree. You're drawn to various forms of creative expression, such as writing. Yes, strongly agree. You usually base your choices on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. Strongly agree. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Strongly agree. You rarely feel insecure. Strongly agree. You avoid making phone calls. Strongly agree. All, what is going on? Yeah. You enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas and viewpoints. Okay, ideas? Okay. Yeah, I strongly agree. You can easily connect with people you have just met. Strongly disagree. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get them back on track as soon as possible. Strongly agree. You are still bothered by mistakes you made a long time ago. Strongly disagree. I mean, all I gotta say about that is memento morir, amor fatir. Yeah, like shit happens, you know. Love your fate. It's, you live and you die, and you can't keep holding on to mistakes. So strongly disagree. You are not too interested in discussing theories on what the world could look like in the future. Somewhat disagree. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Strongly disagree. When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected person may feel on what is more logical or efficient. Okay, that's a hard one. I want to say no. See, my thought process is usually, why do we have to fix what happened? If it's necessary that we fix it, we already made that decision that we are gonna, intervene or fix. Then it goes on to the next part, which is how do we minimize negative emotions that are going to be experienced by the person. And then that gets more complicated, like did that person deserve some kind of punishment? Am I the appropriate person to make that call? Am I, it's a whole, I could make whole diagrams about this, so I'm going to go ahead and say, some would agree. Your personal work style was closer to spontaneous bursts of energy, rather than organized and consistent efforts. No, disagree, strong disagree. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take for them to feel disappointed in you. I have a lot of confidence. I try not to be overconfident sometimes, because I'm not delusional. I mean, I have my downfalls, but nah. I will do the best I can, so strongly disagree. Okay, next one is, you would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Okay, so old me would have said yes. Now I'm about a couple of years older, a lot of when I was an investigator, I worked alone most of the time. And a lot of times you could be stressed out, and just being stressed out and alone, that's not fun. Like, no. I know there's a lot of movies and phrases that they're like, You know I work alone, chief. You know, when they're cops or investigators or something. I mean, I wasn't a cop, right? I was an investigator, but it did a number on me being alone. I would get stressed out, and I would feel, very alone. And, but when you have bad coworkers, like ones that are either extremely negligent with their job or are just semi-psychopaths, then in that case I would like being alone. So I want to say strongly agree. Because in some scenarios, and some I want to be around people. Anyway, you believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. That's what I do like half the time, bro. So strongly disagree. You feel more drawn to busy, bustling atmospheres and quiet, intimate ones. Strongly disagree. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof. No, strongly disagree. You often feel overwhelmed. Strongly disagree. You complete things methodically and without skipping over any steps. Strongly agree. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than following concrete steps. Oof. As much as I like creativity, creative solutions for me are usually not as immediate and effective as you would want them to be. So when something's laid out step by step, especially if you needed to have someone else follow that, when you need a solution, then concrete steps are way better. So, let me read that again. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than follow concrete steps. Strongly disagree. You are more likely to rely on emotional intuition rather than logical reasoning when making a choice. Strongly disagree. You struggle with deadlines. Strongly disagree. You feel confident that things will work out for you. I don't know, bro. I hope. Eh. You know what? Let's be hopeful today. Today we're gonna feel it. We're gonna be good. We're gonna power. So yeah, I feel very confident that things will work out for me. Absolutely. For real. Strongly agree. Alright. Let's asking my gender. I am male. Let's see the result. Oof. I got myself an INTJA. Wow. I switched back and forth again. So, I took this test last year and I got INFJA. So I'm always either INTJA or INFJA. I am like, because what is it? Well, let's keep on going a little bit. So, I just read it. Your personality type is architect. INTJA. Architects are imaginative and strategic thinkers with a plan for everything. Okay, so let me break it down here because it's a lot of words. So, for energy, it says I am 89% introverted as opposed to 11% extroverted. 5 years ago, I got 99. Oh no, I think I got a solid 100 on introversion. It was funny. Okay. Mind. I am 74% intuitive rather than 26% observant. So I guess that's more open-minded and imaginative than you trying to find hidden meanings or something. Now on the nature, I think more than feel. So on this one, it gave me 68% thinking over 32% feeling. Last year, I got almost exactly the other way. I think I had like something like 65 feeling and 35 thinking. Oof. So that one I'm always, because like they're very important. Both are very important. Like in a lot of questions I paused, I could have easily just gone the other way depending on the situation. Tactics. Oh, this is funny. God. Okay, so for tactics, it's either judging or prospecting. I got 100% judging. 100% judging, 0% prospecting. Jeez. So, judging individuals are decisive and thorough, highly organized. They didn't even put a prospecting description. They're just like, oh yeah, this guy, he's organized. Now on the identity, assertive or turbulent, I got 88% assertive. So, self-assured, even-tempered, resistant to stress. Except when I'm not, but yeah. Alrighty, let me see what's next. Okay, well, that was it. That was MBTI, the personality test, 16 personalities. So yeah, that was mine. I am an architect, according to this. INTJ-A. INTJ. You know, I kind of like INFJ sometimes. And I guess today I was INTJ. But again, it's kind of pseudoscience. I mean, it is pseudoscience. I mean, psychology as a whole isn't even a hard science, so this is even less than psychology. I mean, don't get me wrong, psychology is, well studied and whatnot. But yeah, this part of it is not so much something fun, something you could look into yourself with. I might also do other videos on the dark triad testing or the 5 forces model. I think that was called the Big Five. Anyway, but that's it for this video, guys. Like I said earlier, it's 16personalities.com. So if you want to try it for yourself, maybe takes like 20-30 minutes, maybe a little less if you read fast. Yeah, 16 personalities. You could put if you want, you could do it and tell me what you get in the comments. Yeah, I have a feeling that a lot of people that listen to ASMR are introverts. But I could be wrong. So, check it out, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll see you guys next time. Personally, I still feel like a INFJ. It's too too late to switch back. No, but yeah. See you guys next time. Take care.